Figure it out.
Hello, this is Adam Koralik from Figure It Out Productions. The following video is a video of some kind, and I hope you enjoy it.
Hey guys, it's Adam here, and welcome to PlayLoad. This is all my video game pickups for the month of December 2023. And not the craziest month. We do have some surprises, some stuff I've shown you before, and we'll just talk about them again. And yeah, it'll be fun. Hopefully you guys had a nice holiday season. You're out there, you're going to be safe for New Year's and all that. That would be awesome. Now, before we get into the pickups, if you could just indulge me, if you guys could do me a favor, please like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done that before, as well as check out all my social media stuff in the description. I've got Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon. Really appreciate that one. Spreadshirt, as well as the travel channel. All that stuff's down there. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. So yes, let's go ahead and get on with it. The first thing we're going to talk about here is the Striker DC wireless gamepad for the Sega Dreamcast. As you can see, I've got 3 of them here. I did a video on this, specifically reviewing it. It is a wireless controller for the Sega Dreamcast by Retro Fighters. It's got built-in rumble support. It also has this dongle which allows you to connect things like a VMU and so on and so forth. Very cool controller, and if, like I said, if you want to see the whole review of it, you can. I really liked it. I think it's a high quality controller, and I got 3 different versions. The gray one that matches the original tone of the Dreamcast controller, as well as the blue one, because there was a blue version of the Dreamcast controller they matched too, and then the limited edition black one. The black one you see there was only 2,000 of those was made, and to Retro Fighters' credit, they sent these to me for free for the purpose of review, so that was really nice of them to do. But yeah, again, if you're interested in the controller specifically, like I said, I did a whole video on it. I just kind of want to show you guys again, because very sweet controller. The next thing up, which I also did a video on, was sent to me by a company called Unitech. This is a Switch dock, and it's an upgraded one where the idea is that it has 4 built-in card slots for the Nintendo Switch and a button on it that allows you to cycle between those games, thus reducing the amount of times you have to like get up and put in different games. On top of that, like the Switch OLED dock, it has a built-in broadband port with 2 USB ports that you can use for additional features. There is another USB port on it, but it's required to power the device itself, which is a strange choice, as I talked about in the video. Obviously HDMI out, and as well as an additional storage slot, just kind of for the purposes of storing stuff. It's a good dock. Like I said, I think they can make some improvements for a future iteration of it, but all the same, it was cool that they were sent it to me. It's compatible with the original model of the Switch as well as the OLED. And we'll see, you know, if they make another one or if there's another model of the Switch that would work with it, who knows down the line. But if you're interested in either of these, I'll put a link in the description and you can check them out just like I did in the video. But again, reviews exist on both of these if you're curious. So moving on to stuff you guys haven't seen. Not a crazy month as far as like additional pickups of just like random stuff. I didn't go to any conventions this month or anything like that. In fact, the only kind of time I actually got out and actually bought anything, I was cruising and I stopped at just like a half-price books. And they actually had a decent selection of some OG Xbox games. So I was like, all right, you know, whatever. I'm going to pull the trigger on a few of these because it's been a while since I've kind of actually indulged on that a little bit. And so if you're not aware, the original Xbox, I love it. And it's probably the last game console where I'm ever going to try to get a full set for it, which is globally about 1,000 games. I have all the European exclusives, the Australian exclusives, and even the Asian exclusives. So there's like Japanese exclusives plus 1 South Korean and like 1 Taiwanese. I have those. But the American stuff, ironically, I'm missing a ton of. So I've just kind of been chipping away at it. So here's what we got from that. This one I didn't even remember existed. Robin Hood, Defender of the Crown, which was made by Capcom. I've never played this. This is not one I think Capcom talks about too much. I don't know if Capcom actually developed it or if they just they just published it. But either way, Capcom sort of made a Robin Hood game. This one is a little interesting. The Incredibles: Rise of the Underminer. This is kind of interesting because this was when this came out. The Incredibles movie kind of ended with, you know, the Underminer just kind of being the next villain of sorts, and this was a quasi sequel to the movie. Then eventually we got Incredibles 2, which started off with the Underminer. So I've never played all the way through this or anything, but if I recall correctly, this is somewhat canon and is kind of takes place in between the events of the 2 movies. But I'm sure, you know, if you really look into it, there's probably flaws in that storyline, you know, with canon. But basically, yeah, this is just kind of interesting. There's this middle chapter to the Incredibles that probably a whole lot of people don't really know. But yeah, very cool all the same. This one was actually an oversight on my part. Not too long ago, I did a video about an HDMI modded Nintendo 64. And in that video, I was talking about different regions for the N64. And to show the European regions, I actually showed a game called Taz Express, which was exclusive to Europe on the Nintendo 64, and then mentioned casually about the sequel called Taz Wanted, which came out on the Xbox, GameCube, and PS2. And I thought I had it, and then I realized I didn't, and then I found it. So I was like, oh, well, perfect. So that's actually mostly what motivated this one. I don't remember much about this game. I think I played it briefly when I was much younger, but all the same, cool to have a sequel to a game that we never had in the first place, but I don't really think you need to because it's just Taz from Looney Tunes, but cool. Also, this one I had to get. I think I was obligated to because my girlfriend is British, and therefore the law says I must own this. This is Wallace and Grommet, The Curse of the Were-Rabbit. If you know British people, by law, you have to have Wallace and Grommet content. It's the rules over there. So therefore, I got that. There's actually 2 Wallace and Grommet games on the original Xbox. I want to say the other one is Project Zoo, which I'm pretty sure I also have, but this one I did not. Konami made it, or at least published it as well. But there you go. And then this one, which is definitely going to be lost on me and is purely for the collection, Yourself Fitness. Yeah, this will definitely not be getting any mileage out of me. I'm all for losing weight, but not if I have to work for it. I'm cool with dieting, but like exercise, not so much. I do kind of find it cool. If you do find a copy of this game, you'll be able to tell instantly if it's an original case or not, because there is a sticker on it exclusive to this game, which is like a clear sticker on the exterior of the case that says, with 200 plus health tips from Prevention Magazine. So basically what I'm saying is if you find it without that sticker, either A, somebody peeled that sticker off, or B, they put it into a nicer case, maybe it was damaged, whatever, but it's not the original case. It's kind of like some sports games where like the NFL or the NBA or whatever will put on like a authorized sticker on it. I usually take stickers off, but those are like unique to that particular game, so that kind of is worth keeping them on. This is the only one I can think of that isn't a sports game that did that. There might be other examples. This is the only one I can think of. So I got those. The other thing, I haven't even opened it yet, but I did do a video on it. There was a game that came out not that long ago by Yu Suzuki, Shenmue creator himself, called Air Twister. And I actually did a review of it, which I rarely do. I do an entire gameplay video or anything like that, but I did do one. And I had done it based on the Xbox build, which is purely digital. Now, to be fair, they actually just sent me a key for it, so I checked it out. I enjoyed the game, and I thought, okay, I want to support this because for any Shenmue fans out there, Air Twister, because Yu Suzuki made it and YSNet made it, this is just kind of the low-budget game they produced to bring in some additional revenue. The game does well. It improves the probability of a Shenmue 4 ever being a reality. So I did my part. I went out and I bought it, and this is the PS5 version. Now, it has a physical edition, I believe, on PS4, PS5, as well as the Nintendo Switch. There is no physical edition for the Xbox ecosystem, at least currently. So yeah, I thought the PS5 version would be the one I would want to have out of those options. So I actually quite enjoyed the game. If you like Space Harrier, which was also Yu Suzuki, this is effectively the sequel to Space Harrier. It's just a spiritual successor because he's basically just making the same game without the license. No doubt, I don't doubt Sega probably would have given it to him, but then you're sharing royalties with them, which is probably not the goal considering they're trying to bring in revenue for the studio specifically for an eventual Shenmue 4. So it makes sense they would go with a fresh IP they don't have to pay anything else to. So there you go. And then I'm sure they juggled that with like, is it better to do that or have the established IP of Space Harrier, you know what I mean? And obviously this is where they landed. So regardless, if you care at all about Shenmue and want to see it have a future, this is a nice way to support it tangibly. And it's not even an expensive game. I think it was only $30 brand new. And that's its retail price. So there you go. And then beyond that, I have a single package. This is a package that comes from a friend of mine, well, 2 friends, Candace and Jean, who live out in Washington State. And they were cool enough to show up on my live stream and donate and, make me eat disgusting Harry Potter themed jelly beans. If you guys didn't see my Christmas stream, it's still up, and I ate some disgusting things, including earthworm flavored jelly beans. It was bad. It was a bad time. But regardless, these are very nice people, and they actually have shown up on my travel channel quite a few times. Now, they sent me a mystery box. I'm not really sure what's in here. Apparently, the girlfriend does know this, and she kind of mocked me for it. So now I get to know. So here we go, everybody. Let's open this up. It comes in an Amazon box, even though I don't think they actually bought it from Amazon, but what do I know? But here we go. Okay, ooh, look at this. Well, first things first, we have a very cool T-shirt. It's a Transformers shirt. It says, "Where we're going, we don't need roads," and it's obviously it's Gigawatt, so it's a time machine DeLorean Transformer, which is hilarious because this shirt I'm wearing right now is the time machine DeLorean, and it just says, "Whatever you do, Marty, don't go to 2020," which is appropriate. That's cool. That's a nice new shirt. So thank you for that. And then we have, ooh, I didn't actually think I was gonna end up with one of these. You guys have seen these? That's awesome. The Hallmark keepsake, like, Christmas ornament of the Dreamcast. Yeah, these have been, everybody's been tagging me in this, but I wasn't expecting to actually, like, get one. That's cool. They sent this to me. Let's open it up. Oh, that's so neat. You know, you can obviously hang it. You can put a battery in it. I know the screen lights up, I think, if I recall correctly. Yeah, that's really neat. Oh, it even comes with batteries. That's cool. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, it uses these, it's 1.5 volt button cell battery, so like CMOS batteries, but smaller. And then there's a spot there, you unscrew it and put them in there. That's really cool. I was not expecting that. Oh, and the power button is the actual power button like it was on the Dreamcast. That's really neat. I don't have a Christmas tree to put it on, but I will display it somewhere all the same because that's just really, really cool. And then we have one last thing. I don't know what this is. We also have sirens outside, so I apologize if you hear those. We have... Well, the siren is appropriate because this should be illegal. This is what appears to be a 3D printed pickle with Shrek on it. And the joke there, no doubt, is that I've always said that pickles are disgusting and they taste like a part of Shrek's anatomy that somewhat looks like a pickle, and I'll let you use your imagination there. So thanks, Candace, because I assume that was your idea. It's very funny looking all the same. But wow, yeah, I wasn't expecting any of that, so that was really cool. But yeah, huge shout out to Candace and Jean for the cool stuff there. Great t-shirt, obviously great ornament. Not a great joke, let's put it on that one. Shout out to Unitech as well as Retro Fighters for that stuff, and obviously a huge shout out to all of you guys who are watching. I appreciate the support as always. So if you don't mind continuing that tradition, if you could like this video, comment down below, subscribe if you've never done that before, as well as check out all the social media stuff in the description: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, Patreon, Spreadshirt, and the travel channel. I appreciate that. Hopefully you guys had an awesome holidays again, and please have a safe and happy new year, and I will see you all later.